Hello friends, welcome back. In this lecture we are going to learn how to write our first Ansible playbook. Before start writing our playbooks, let's understand what is playbook. There is a very good explanation in our Ansible documentation. Let's jump in. If you see here, what is a playbook? Playbooks are essentially set of instructions, nothing but plays, that you can send to run on a single target or group of the target hosts. So usually we are going to run tasks by using playbooks, and those can be executed on the group of targets or single target system. Okay, and also there is a good explanation. I'm going to share this link in the resources section. Please go through with this and it will be helpful for you. And most of the cases I'm going to refer Ansible documentation itself because it is very nice documentation to explore more. And let's go back and see what are the instructions we should follow while writing our Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook is a text file written in YAML format and is normally saved as a .yml file. So it returns in a YAML format. Earlier, YAML stands for yet another markup language, but now they have changed it to YAML ain't markup language. The playbook begins with a line consisting of three dashes as the start of the document marker. So the playbook starts with 3 minus s. Okay, that is the starting of YAML format. Next, an item in the YAML list starts with a single dash followed by the space. So usually the statements which are written in YAML format are key and value statements. And it has the items also. Whenever we start any new item, it starts with a single dash. Initially in our playbook, it starts with 3 minus s, then it starts with a single dash. Next, hosts and tasks are mandatory items in the playbook. We should use the hosts nothing but inventory. While running our adac commands, we were using hosts, right? So similar way in Ansible playbooks also, we should use hosts and tasks nothing but activities which we want to do. Without these two, we cannot write a playbook. The playbook primarily use indentation with space characters to indicate the structure of its data. So the entire YAML format works with the spaces. Usually if you take Java, C++, so it has their own format. But YAML format have only spaces. So if you define your spaces appropriately, it means that your syntax is fine. Next, modules are used to perform tasks. If you remember, we were talking about modules in our previous lectures. So these are used in the tasks. Next, comment start with hash. So this is like another languages. It starts with hash. Now let's write a simple Ansible playbook with the command which we used earlier. So if you do remember, we were executing this command, that is Ansible all minus m user minus a name John minus b. If you remember, this was the command we have executed to create a user. This is a adac command. If you see this command, the mandatory fields are all and m. So all means hosts inventory. If you don't specify any host inventory, it takes the default one, and module, user module we are using. Let's convert this Ansible adac command as a Ansible script. If we do that one, so first thing is we are going to create a file with .yml extension. That is the first point, right? So all the playbooks create with the .yml extension or YAML extension also fine. But it is not mandatory, it's up to us. Next thing, it starts with the three dashes. That means that the starting of the file. This is file name, this is the starting of the file. Next command, it starts with the minus. Okay, so an item in the YAML list starts with a single dash. So immediately it starts with the single dash and there should be a space and hosts all. So same thing. Okay, we are specifying that hosts information or inventory information as all. So we are executing this playbook on all the hosts. Next thing, tasks. Okay, tasks is the another section in the Ansible playbook, and tasks and hosts Both are in the same list, nothing but at the same position it starts. So what is the task we are doing? This one is the task. Creating user is the task. So to create a user, we should use a module, right? So we should specify the module. Now you can see here, every task starts with a minus. This task comes under to the task section. That is the reason it starts from here. And user name is equal to John. So the name of the user is equal to John. Next, become true. So why we need to mention this as a become true? Because this is creating a user. That is the reason we must become a root while creating user. So I can say this is my first Ansible playbook. This is how we can write. If you see here, these three are the same indentation because these three come under to the header section. These three belongs to same level. Whenever it comes to the task, it starts with under tasks, and this is how it will be. Right? Let's create this one and execute our first Ansible playbook. So I am on my Ansible server. If I see my present working directory, it is /home ANSadmin. But let me go to the /opt. Here I am going to create a directory sudo mkdir. I am creating a directory called Ansible. Okay, I am creating a directory called Ansible. Go inside to Ansible. Then I am creating our Ansible playbook. What is our Ansible playbook name? Before creating, let me own this directory because it is owned by root, right? Yes, it is owned by root. Let me change the ownership. Chown ANSadmin. I am giving this directory to ANSadmin so that I can create files under this directory without any issues. Okay. To change also, I should use the sudo privilege. Alright, now this has been changed to ANSadmin user. Let me go inside and create the files. So the first file is create underscore user dot yml. Okay, this is the file name. And as I said, it starts with three minuses. That means that this is a YAML format. Next immediate line starts with a single minus and space. So hosts, here we need to specify the list of the hosts. I want to execute this playbook on the all the hosts which are specified. Okay, here also it is going to take the default host file, that is /etc ansible hosts. Once this is done, I want to become a root, right? Because I want to execute this playbook as a root user. Become true. Okay, become true. I am becoming a root user while executing this playbook. Next, tasks. So task section, here we are going to create a task. That is why it should starts with here. Sorry, not here, here. So indentation, new indentation, we are starting dash space our module name user. So we are going to use a module called user, and user module expects the parameter called name john. Okay, we are creating a user called John. Now let's save this file and open this file. You can see we have created our first Ansible playbook. Let's execute it. But even though we execute, this user is already exist on the target system. Let me see. Okay, John is already exist. It is not going to create the user. Now to execute Ansible playbook, we are going to use a command called Ansible playbook followed by our playbook name. Ansible playbook followed by our playbook name. Let's execute it. And you can see it is executing first task, gathering facts. We'll discuss this one little later. It is trying to gather facts from the two systems, but only on one system it is successful, another system it is failed. Similar way, it is creating a user. You can see here task user module it is executing. So it is success. It is okay. Nothing but it is success. Sorry, it is okay means it is already there. And if I see here, you cannot see the any changes. All right, so this is how we can create our Ansible playbook. Hope you could able to follow me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two more servers. In those, one is Amazon Linux, another one is Ubuntu system, and we are going to execute same playbook on those, and we'll see how does it work. All right. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.